Hey, Jeff.
I am.
Okay. Good morning. This is the Tuesday, May 21st, 2004, Idaho Board of Commissioners meeting, and it's 9 a.m. And the first thing on the agenda is to approve the agenda. So I'll make that motion, and
Second.
Nancy will second it for discussion. We're going to have a non-public session after this meeting is over. Anything else you'd like to say about the agenda?
Nope.
All in favor of this agenda as printed, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. We move on to the approval of the minutes at 9 o'clock. And the only minutes we have are the minutes of the last meeting, which is May 14th, 2024. I'll make a motion for discussion to approve the agenda of the minutes,
Second.
seconded by Nancy.
I'd like some discussion.
Sure, that's what we...
Okay. Under the approval of manifest, item 2, it says monthly executive pay will be made on the preceding month of the pay period. I thought we meant the following month. So it covers the preceding month, but the actual check is cut on the following month that covers the preceding month.
Yes,
So,
It's probably wording.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it's made, yeah, I think it just needs to be worded more clearly.
Yep.
And the date is changing from the 15th to...
Yes, this is on the agenda to talk about.
Oh, to change it? Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That was just a suggestion.
Very good.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's one thing I
Okay,
wanted to
great.
bring up. Then on page 2, when you go down to the very bottom about Muddy Beach options for uranium treatment solutions, it says A, FIST. Am I missing something? FIST?
First?
First? Oh, first. Okay, so that first should complete. Okay.
Yep.
So let's change that. And also Granite State just needs an E at the end of, so it's spelled correctly, Granite State Analytical, with an E at the end of Granite, which is phonetically correct. And did I have one other thing on here? Yes, if you go to the last page, on page 4, under the driveway application for 11 Jungfrau, you go down to the 4th line, it says that the measurement, and I could be wrong here, I just thought I heard something different last week.
Yep.
That the measurement from the pin is only 12 inches, do we mean inches or feet? And not the required 15 inches, because if you have the double slash, that means inches.
If it's talking about Jungfrau,
Yes.
yeah, the current situation is less than 12 inches,
Right.
and the specification is 15 feet.
Okay, so this should say that the pin is only 12
inches away from the
and not the required 15 feet.
feet.
Okay.
So the little symbol there still means inches.
That's right.
Okay,
So that should
So-
say feet.
so maybe, yeah.
So the 15 feet is required.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
spell it out in that case, just because
Yeah.
people need to know that for
No
for
problem.
sure.
Yeah, okay. And that is all I have on the minutes from last week.
Great.
Any other discussion? So a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Yep.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3-0. So at 9:03, we'll move on to the up to approval of manifest. And the first one we have is an operations manifest for $4,563.72.
Yeah. And that's been amended because of the payroll check
Okay.
that we're not able to address today.
My math came up differently. So I think we need to review this. I came up with $4,832.21, and I wrote all the vendor invoices that you emailed to us, and
Yeah.
so maybe we just need to quick go over that to make sure we have the right
Go
number.
ahead.
Okay, so do you have them? Okay. So AmeriGas, I had $850.88. The delta I have a $268.49 difference. Okay, so that says,
This says minus $186.24.
so
That's the check.
that's the check, the 186.24.
Yep.
Huh. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I think that was updated actually.
I saw a check for
Yeah.
$850.
It is because I got notification that we were past due.
Yes, I saw the past due.
Yeah,
So which is the correct amount?
The 800,
$850.88?
yeah.
Okay, all right. The next one down was Cat's
Change this?
bookkeeping,
Huh?
Should I change this?
Sure you can.
So,
$850.88.
I think I'm writing on top of a paperclip.
Yeah, you probably are.
Yeah, that's a little different.
I can update that because Dinah's not here, so
Okay.
So she can't sign the checks.
she can't even sign the checks.
Okay,
so-
but let's just go down and make sure we're all in agreement. Again, I like to
Okay.
just go over each vendor list. Okay,
Next three is
so Cat's
bookkeeping
bookkeeping, $370.20.
That's what's here.
Okay, Eastern Propane, $1,040.42.
Correct.
Eversource for streetlights, $97.97. For Lucy's, $50.99.
Lucy's is not in the order here. I have to jump.
There it
down
is, I
to
see it right
50.
there.
This has $65.17.
No, yeah, it's correct, it's right,
Did I
it's
say-
that right there,
$50.99.
$50.99, that's good.
$59.
Okay, Mitchell, $1,804.50.
I have $2,265.
Oh, that was, okay.
Okay, then you're not reading, you're looking at the actual invoices?
Yeah.
Okay, their invoices are different, like they have one section with the total.
So I
they
missed,
have
I
another-
missed the grand total.
Correct.
I only caught up,
Yeah.
okay. So I missed the grand total, and if I could, this thing would just get me online, I could double check that, something's wrong with it. Ah, man, all right, okay. So give me what's the grand total you have on there? That's, I gotta cross this out.
Well, with using the number for AmeriGas, which is the only one we really changed, that Jennifer is agreeing with, I think.
$850.88.
correct.
Right. So originally with a $186.24, we have a grand total of $4,563.72. So we have to adjust it by the delta between $850.88 and the $186.24.
Okay, 850.
However you want to do this math.
Minus 186.24.
24.
Okay, so that's 664. The delta there is 664.40. All right. So
664.64.
40. Oh wait, 64.
Need some Windex on these.
Yeah, I know that. I've had this Hewlett Packard since my MBA degree, which is over 30 years ago. So it's old, but it still works. It's great. Can't live without it. All right, but the total Mitchell was not my number. The 18. What was it again? That was 20.
$2,200.65.
$2,200.65.
$100.65.
Okay. All right, then I had Silver Lake Hardware for $54.84.
Yep.
And then Verizon for $65.17.
Yes.
And then someone, I didn't write it down who it was, $497.24.
That was
Napa, I think.
Napa.
Napa, okay.
And did you say Eversource? Yeah.
Yeah, Eversource is in there.
Okay.
Eversource for $97.97?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just do one more and I'll add it all up and tell you what we've got. Almost everything's correct other than those two items. Okay, I have a grand total of $5,228.36, and I'm just gonna double check that to make sure
36 cents?
yes. Let me just double check
Okay.
that that's the tentative amount. Always double check, because could have punched in something wrong. Probably not,
Coulda, shoulda.
but it can happen. hot in here.
That's what Carol said.
$5,228.36.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
2 in a row.
we got it.
So, I'll make a motion that we approve this operating manifest for $5,228.36.
Yep.
Do I hear a second, Nancy?
Second.
Further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
And like I said, I'll update it.
Okay. And second, we have a water manifest for $10,006.75.
And I think that goes way back to the water hookups and the that was for the water hookups, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, I remember that.
I don't want to mess you up here. So, we don't have an actual we have a money transfer document. Do we have a manifest that has this one check on it?
Nope, because I had to correct it yesterday.
So, we'll,
You have
the
to,
evidence will be the check itself?
nope, there's a transfer sheet along with it
Yep.
that requires signatures.
This is what you want for our signatures
Correct.
then?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve this money transfer request form for $10,006.75.
Second.
And this is to move money from,
She deposited into the water assessment.
from the water assessment fund to the operating
Correct.
account to replenish the money we used out of the operating fund to pay for 2 water hookups to
Yes.
Dawson.
Yep,
So that motion's on the floor to approve this. Nancy seconds?
Yes.
Nancy seconds for discussion. Any discussion? Maybe you want to take your bulletproof vest
No, I'm fine with it.
off. All in favor of approving this transfer, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Yeah, I'll sign this right now then. Now, let's see. At 9:13, we'll move to the DPW report.
Good morning.
Morning, Jeff.
So we left here last week. We did end up catching Nick over at the Grizzin Pipe. So we got to look at that with him as well, Tony and I.
The engineer, Nick.
Yeah,
Skidden.
Nick. Yep. And so he got to see what it was we were talking about and everything and what the concerns were and all that. And we did talk, and he mentioned, Tony and I mentioned the stone and putting in that 6-inch riprap and all that. Well, after going over and talking about it, we showed him some pictures. We decided that the stone wasn't a great idea because of the water main. Kind of is in the vicinity of where that hole is. And if the stones start falling and dropping and jagging and moving, and they could break that line. So we decided wood chips. We asked him, and he said wood chips would be a way to go. So we did put some wood chips in there yesterday.
Do you do you like the idea, or have you figured out a way to do it if you liked it, of him when he suggested taking the edges of the hole, sloping it down so that it doesn't fall in?
Well, when he looked at it,
I don't know how you
know,
get the machine in there to do all
he
that.
didn't seem that was really that necessary because it wasn't as deep as what he was envisioning from what he was described. So he said that's not, the wood chips. Now we have a little pile of wood chips sitting right there.
Great.
So no one's going in the holes. At
He's
this
happy,
point,
you guys are
non-existent.
happy?
Yes.
Okay.
So that worked out really well.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. Wood chips, huh?
Yeah. Just
Thank
kind
you.
of a pile of wood chips in the.
you had what, wood chips?
Oh, we've got a lot of wood chips. I kind of put a kibosh to the guys bringing me wood chips because we've got plenty.
Nice.
And we did put them out there where the taxpayers' sand goes. I'm sure people have seen that. Help yourselves. bring your 5-gallon buckets and load up on wood chips, because we got
Okay.
plenty of them.
Good to know.
Just don't go out back, just go to the pile that you're designated to go to for the homeowners. So, you know, with last, we continued with the potholes and the brush removal. We took that tree down at Boulder Beach that was rotted yesterday and cleaned that all up. I was working on cleaning the beaches last week, and I'll finish those up before the weekend, get them a little neatened up and raked out. Did you guys send that sheet back to Brooks on the calcium chloride?
Correct.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, good, because that'll give them the permission, you know, that gives them the permission to come and deliver that at their
Yeah.
convenience. So they'll let me know on that, and we'll get that tank filled, that's great. I know you signed it. And that bill for Webb was the pressure reducer, that $32 change that we fixed for the hot water tank.
Yep.
And I did get a price on that blower. The pump was $2,086, and he said it'd be a couple hours, maybe tops, putting it in. So you're looking at maybe $2,400 on their end at HP Fairfield for that to get repaired. Now, I haven't heard back from John Deere on the price of. He's telling me at HP Fairfield that they'd have to put in a pressure relief valve, or a pressure relief valve, I believe. So I'm trying to get confirmation on the price for what John Deere would charge us for that. But again, I'm not gonna make a special trip out here for John Deere for that. We'll have them kind of tie that in with the maintenance that's gonna be due at 1,000 hours. But I'll try to get more of a figure on that cost, so that way we'll know exactly what it is to get that blower back into circulation to clean up. And I was hoping to hear from the guy about that truck. He's told me Friday that they put it back together and they were gonna test drive it. I called yesterday and left 2 messages, so I'm hoping he tells me to come get it.
This is the
2018.
2018.
Yeah,
And this is to repair the,
the wheel bearing and,
well, it's been a while. Huh?
yeah, it's been too long.
And do we have a quote on repairing the exhaust system on the 2018?
I haven't gotten that yet, because I haven't
have to
gotten
get it
that
over
truck
there,
down
too?
there. I'm hoping, like I said, to do the swap
It's
route.
contingent on this, okay.
And that's where I'm at with that.
I got a couple of questions.
Perfect.
2 easy ones probably. Can you get the Asplunk information and
Yes.
fencing information to the
I'll
office?
put it in the mailbox as soon as I leave
like
here,
to-
so when you get back, Jen, you can grab that.
I'd like to get those gears going on that.
Yeah,
And on the manifest, there was a account purchase on from Lucy Hardware up in Bartlett, I believe it is, right? I didn't know we had an account with Lucy.
yeah, I don't know when it started or what, but I've known we've always, we've had one there for a while. So Tony and I were up there a while back looking for rain gear. And we didn't, we struck out with the rain gear, but we saw a nice extension cord, and the ones we've had are Christmas tree lights extension cords. So we figured we needed a nice heavy duty extension cord, and we bought one.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, I have on here, the meet your DPW workers.
Yep.
I've changed that to touch a DPW worker.
No, I'm not writing that down.
No.
Okay, the kids will be crawling all over you and Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, like a jungle gym. Yeah, we're open to that, absolutely.
Tony mentioned to me, when I ran into him, that he prefers a Sunday morning.
Yep.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah, we talked about that. We both kind of decided that might be a better thing than,
Totally.
a Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because it wouldn't be during the regular hours.
Tony liked the idea that more weekenders, more second homeowners might be here.
Right.
It suits his schedule for when he goes to camp.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that he doesn't want any overtime compensation for it. He just wants to do it out of goodwill, so.
Right. We're
Okay.
both open to that.
Oh, that's very generous. I was gonna say.
Well,
I was thinking, how do we deal with that? Could we deal with it with comp time, or if he doesn't want OT?
I mentioned that to him, but We'll work that out. He's
Okay.
just saying he doesn't want to see an overtime situation.
Okay, I'll relay that to Carrie, and she wants to, as I told, wants to just talk with you to get some more details.
Yeah.
She's gonna work it out in her own
Yeah,
way.
we could do that too.
Now, the only other thing would be, I think a key feature of that event would be a little demo of the grader. And then we don't know when the grader is gonna be here, hopefully. So that's the only thing is, she didn't have an idea of when she wanted this in time, she just wanted the okay for it. So, if you can mention to her, could it be contingent on a guarantee that the grader has finished its maintenance? Like this, is she thinking, can it wait until later in the summer when we know we have the grader back? Just mention that to her.
Yeah, I
Just that
will.
issue.
And
We could do it without the grader, but I think
Right.
Tony could show them things that they haven't seen before.
okay, and I'll just give you a heads up and give everybody a heads up since I have to hear all this from Carrie. Her other big bright idea is, she loves what Madison does where the kids get to paint the plow blades, and I'm thinking, I don't think that's such a good idea. We got to get this equipment back in shape, but she, as usual, is a bull in a china shop and went to the Madison DPW people and Mike Brooks down there and talked to them like, how do you do it? What paint do you use? Does it affect the blades? Does it wash off correctly? And all this, and they talked her ears off, saying, oh yeah, the kids love it. You can paint it. It all comes off. Then we repaint it afterwards and all that and stuff. And again, I said, well, again, I'm not sure this is a great idea this year, but I know you're probably going to bring it up, so I'm just giving you a heads up.
So we'll change that into painted employee.
Wow.
So, we don't know how many kids, they have a lot of kids turn out for the event that they do it at.
Yes.
At Madison, yeah.
Yeah.
They do that during Madison
It seems like
Old
it
Home
makes
Week,
sense.
which is
Yes.
in
And the
August.
plow they do during the home week.
Yeah, Old Home Week, they do that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very popular, and they do let the kids. They always have someone in the company, but they pick the kids up, put it in the truck. The one kid touches the steering wheel, and then they boop, he's out. Next
Okay.
one in. But we're not going to do that.
So, so that idea is out. We don't need to decide anything on that right away. You can think on that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to hear confirmation back from Chadwick on, I know we spoke last week about, I thought maybe sending it out now would be best, but I still haven't heard from him, so
Right.
I'm waiting to, hopefully he says, we got some parts, let's get that thing in there and get working on it.
Once we hear from them, then we'll make a decision whether we want to ship
We'll
it.
know, we'll have
Yeah.
a better idea on when
Okay.
it'll be back and.
So that shows us that.
Because I think I think you make a good point, Mark, Tony could do things with that blade, like,
Like pull rescue vehicles out of the woods.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he stands it up. Push trees out into the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do all kinds of things with that thing. 30 some odd years in the seat. So
All set. FW Web is on your list here.
yeah, we
Yeah,
cleared
we
Alright,
that.
just-
covered that?
We just talked about
All right, so we're all set with DPW?
I'm all set if you guys are.
So we would like to send you the foreman's job description,
Okay.
and then we're planning on offering you that position, but we'd like you to read the job description first.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
we also need to work out the details of timing and some other details, but that's
Yeah.
where we're heading, and we're gonna ask you, after you read the job description, whether you want that job or not, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I appreciate that. I would look forward to reading that over. And I did pass that course last week.
Very good.
So I got to send in an application in the mail, which I've got it all filled out in an envelope. But
Now you're
yeah.
certified by the state.
I'm certified through the state for culvert
repair.
installing and
Good.
Up to
Excellent.
24 inches, is it?
up to 48.
48.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You can
That's-
increase a pipe up to 50%, and then no bigger than a 48. So a 12-inch pipe I can increase to an 18.
See.
That'd be the 50%.
Gotcha.
48's way bigger than the Grissom culvert is now.
All right.
Anyway, we should move on.
Yeah.
At 9:24, we'll go to administrator report.
So you folks have a good afternoon.
Thanks a
You too.
lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Drink water.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Just for you.
Okay, well, I've got here that the opinion letter is going to be provided by Jason Dennis from Hastings Law in Freiburg for the TAN
Good.
opinion letter.
I don't have to say that in my report. You know if that's underway?
Yep. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I saw the emails. Yep.
Okay. Porta potty
confirmed.
Yeah, so well, it's all set, but they still need to narrow down dates and the locations.
Should I say that now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if this, we're doing my
Yeah,
report too.
well,
So I talked to, we had some questions for porta potty company, clean restrooms, same way Madison uses.
Yep.
And they want the location, addresses, and they want a written description of where it goes, physically where they should drop it. And I called them yesterday, and I said, the beaches don't have addresses, but we have an address associated with it, they're right on the signs. The next house closest to the beach, so that rescue can say that on
somebody.
Idlewice Drive, it's this number Idlewice Drive is where Idlewice Drive Beach is, and Pari Shore Beach is the toughest one. So she said, that's fine. She said pictures of where it is, because we're gonna have different drivers going there
Yeah.
each week. We don't know who's driving it. It's not like one guy's gonna know where this all goes. So I'm gonna take pictures of each beach location, put an X in the picture of where we want the porta potty to go. I think right in front of the restroom doors if possible, because that would give people a signal that these are locked. The old ones are locked. So I have to do that this week, and she said, we have time because up until our date of June, mid-June. I do want to ask her one more question, is how does their work week work? How does their billing week work? What day does it start on? I'm assuming it starts on a Monday. And I need to know that so we can get the right amount of weeks into there.
Right.
And we have from mid-June to mid-September. One more time, is that long enough?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
I think once Labor Day, the beach use drops dramatically, and by mid-September, the water's already beginning to drop in temperature.
Okay, so that's it for porta potties. Now you're on to your next one. DES dam inspection. She has no, we haven't heard.
Right.
I might send a letter to Doyen,
Steve
Steve
Doyen.
Doyen,
and
yeah.
say, any update on when you might be coming, just to ping them again, if that's okay.
Can't hurt.
Yep.
Bank of New Hampshire, Jennifer?
One moment.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, so this is getting into, about when the commissioners will be paid. So after my discussion with, the payroll company, they said, we were told that the 15th would work, however, she says that trying to get this on a schedule, having a specific day doesn't really work with them getting a schedule put in place, where they don't have to think about it, it's something that's automatically done. So the date has been changed for the first Friday of every month
Okay.
that it will be done.
And again, that covers the preceding.
Correct.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense.
It's even
That
closer
works.
now, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
You saw pictures of the Oak Ridge Road leak?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're not telling Simply Water, I'm gonna say what you already know. They saw the pictures also, we're not doing a work order, we're gonna watch this. They say evidence looks like not a spring out of the water in the springtime. This looks like it could be a leak, but it's not looking so severe, they're gonna watch it a little bit.
So it's a wait and
That's what
see.
we do.
Yeah, they plan on doing their zone leak detections next week, start on that.
You can keep going with the administrator's report.
Okay, yeah, the Oak Ridge, I saw the pictures, so it's a wait and see.
Yep,
All right.
until they start
And I
that,
saw
which
Ian,
is next week.
Yeah, Ian's aware of it. Okay.
All right, so, so I got Kat's bookkeeping services. This is the woman that we've been working with for quite some time and helping us with, taxes and proper forms to send. And so she's got her contract coming up, and she did send her client contract to me, which I want to present it to you for possible approval.
Okay, but if we're using paychecks now,
We still want that.
but not to do the quarterly taxes anymore.
Correct.
As I understood it, was to help assist us in really cleaning up, making our QuickBooks tight, getting the chart of accounts to what we really need.
Correct? It's still needed? Yep.
Okay. And what else is included in the contract? So she says provide QB payroll subscription, so we don't need that. But the bookkeeping support, and especially as it pertains to the using of QuickBooks, is important.
So I'm not sure what that subscription actually means. I don't, Nancy, do you have any idea what that means?
Yeah, we don't want to be charged $15 a month if we're no longer using her for payroll taxes. That's a little bit vague
Okay.
to me.
But there is some payroll involved because she's been greatly assisting at times for the New Hampshire retirement
Mm-hmm.
portion,
Okay.
which I mentioned last time, which is a piece that is outside of,
But that's a variable thing? Is that a set monthly thing, like the
no,
$15?
it's not set, it's all based on.
So that'd be covered under a $50 an hour support.
Yeah, I don't know what the subscription means.
Is she aware that we now use paychecks?
No.
Okay, I think she needs to be made aware we're using paychecks. So obviously we still want to use her for bookkeeping support, especially as it pertains to QuickBooks. And because paychecks deducts the amount for New Hampshire retirement, but we're responsible for actually paying.
Yes, reporting and paying.
Paychecks won't do that. They just take care of the FICA, Medicare, and
Mhm.
unemployment and stuff like that. So maybe
So
we just need
if
to
our
tighten. Maybe we need to
subscription-
tighten this contract to specifically what we want to continue using her for. So for a prime example, when it comes to getting QuickBooks to operate the way exactly we want to. I visited the office yesterday and went to Jennifer and said, we've got this mailing list that you gave to me on PDF, and it looks very similar. I've used Excel documents which were formatted correctly, column by column by column, like what Tillotson said to do, that then you did a merge with Word onto in the Word you plugged in the Avery labels you wanted, and boom, out it came. And I still think you can do that in QuickBooks. I don't know for sure, but I think you can. And that may be something, if we can, she could teach us. That would be like a service she could teach in the future. She could teach us how to do that.
So we're far afield from the contract. Do we want to strike the $15, or do I ask about it first?
No, because no one can tell me what the subscription
We need to know what that.
means.
Yeah, we need to know what that means. What
Do you
does that
think she
cover?
can tell you what it means?
Well, I'm wondering if it's because we provide her data that she plugs it into a QuickBooks system that she has. I'm not sure. It has to be, it needs to be explained.
So do you want to hold
but
up
it
signing
is
this until you get to ask her that question?
Correct.
Yeah, I
So
think.
let's take that back and move on.
Yeah, I think she
Yes.
just needs to know we're on the paycheck
Yes,
system, but we
yes.
still want to
Yep.
use her services for other things.
You okay with that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
perfectly
So we
fine.
need tightening up on that.
Okay, so now we have Adobe renewal on June 1st is on old card.
Okay, one moment.
What do we use Adobe for?
Oh yeah, this came up to renew your Adobe renewal on June 1st, and it's currently on the old card.
What do we use Adobe for?
Well,
Is it Acrobat or?
yeah, I don't know. All I know is that
You
it's
don't use
part
it.
of,
You
no,
don't use
it's part of programs that are used,
Mm-hmm.
Adobe. It definitely is.
There's a lot of
Part
use.
of programs that are being used.
I'm assuming it's
Yeah,
Acrobat.
it's part of other programs that we use. I know that, because I've seen it.
Adobe Reader, do you open up Adobe to create PDF files? So I
No,
use
but
Word.
I know Adobe's evolved.
How much
in
is
it.
the subscription?
It's like $200 and something.
What are we
I
getting
have
for
it
that?
here, I think.
I think we need to find out what we're getting for that.
It's something that is,
Spark?
$239.88 a
Yeah.
year.
We don't use a cloud storage, so.
Can you give me an example of a program that uses Adobe? Because I think that doesn't mean we need this subscription if the program uses it. If it generates PDFs, it doesn't need us to have a license for $300 a year for Adobe.
okay, so I'm trying to understand why they opted to have it in the first place.
You never used it in 14 years, right?
Not that we paid for.
You just used Adobe Reader and output it out of Word when we needed a PDF file.
Right.
And out of Excel, all the Microsoft products output to PDFs.
Yep,
They do.
Yes.
But Adobe Acrobat allows you, I know, to take a PDF file and then
Convert
backward it into a Microsoft Word if you want to edit
So
it.
does Word.
So does Word, you're right, it does that now. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things,
It's done
yeah,
for
that
years.
were done for free, but yeah. And what else is it? Video? We've never used video, have we? Adobe's
Yeah,
got
the
all sorts of
Spark
video
Video.
products. Spark
I don't
Video.
know.
That's their like really cheap version of Adobe Premiere.
I'll make a motion to let it expire.
I'll second that with the caveat that
We
let's
can
let it
go to
expire
discussion.
and we'll find, okay, fine.
We'll find out what-
We'll find out if we really do need it in the future, and if we do, then we'll get it.
You've never opened up Adobe to do
I've
anything since you've been
no,
here?
it never prompted, it has not yet prompted me to
You
do
won't.
that.
Right.
I believe it won't.
Yeah, I think so too. I
Okay.
think it's
Any
a
further
super-
discussion?
So just let it lapse.
All in
Yep.
favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
3-0 to
Okay.
let it expire.
All right,
Mm,
And that wraps up the administrator's report. So at 9:37, we'll move to any old business tabled items. There's nothing under signature items. So we go on to commissioners' report. The first thing that Jennifer has on here was, I sent a email to a gentleman that was part of Maggie Hassan's team that came here right after the big storm in July, asking him about a loan program that Maggie Hassan mentioned that loaned millions of dollars to communities at low interest rates, like 1%, to cover storm-related issues. And it wasn't obvious to me why anybody would do that. Now it does. Is you have to have money to start repairs and finish them before FEMA will consider
Yeah.
reimbursing you 75% for
absolutely.
it. So you need cash to do that. So I haven't heard back from this guy. As far as FEMA go, we're going to continue to meet every Thursday at 11. I told him that I couldn't sign the affidavit that said that I
saw that, yeah.
didn't have any problem, that I had a problem saying that there wasn't any kind of fraud associated with and they understood that, and now we're going to tweak down our numbers to a conservative estimate based on eliminating any possibility of us misrepresenting what we're saying is absolutely
Good.
provable.
Yep.
Okay.
And Tony and Jeff are in on that, getting that done. So it's gonna take some time every Thursday morning for them to be at this meeting.